How's it going, everybody? So I'm at the gym right now hitting major PRs, and it's only 6 days into this carnivore diet, and I'm about nine days after injuring my groin, my hip adductor, and somehow I'm still hitting PRs in my power snatches, something I thought would definitely injure my groin. Maybe it's a coincidence, maybe carnivore heals, maybe meat heals, maybe ketosis is extremely anti-inflammatory. But anyway, so lately, it seems like there's been an outbreak in pink eye. A couple of my friends have gotten pink eye, and my girlfriend recently got pink eye from work, and her coworker is out now supposedly for 2 weeks. And one of my friends was out for an entire 2 months, but he claims it took 3 weeks to heal his infection. But he was out for an entire 2 months. He claims it's because of pink eye. Let me tell you something. You're a fucking fool. You are an absolute fool if you have pink eye for longer than 4 days, 5 days maximum. Okay? Pink eye is an extremely simple infection to cure. It's extremely simple. The reason why it takes so long for people to heal their pink eye is because they have flawed methods. And a big part of this is ignorance. It's because I haven't actually looked up pink eye and the common remedies for it. Very, very simple. Classic Western remedy is witch hazel. It's something I've talked about many times. I've cured my own staph infection. When I had staph infected in this ear right here, when I was gauging it, I used witch hazel, and it was gone in 3 days. Of course, I had to use tea tree oil shampoo and garlic and apple cider vinegar internally as well. Tea tree oil to prevent my long hair at the time from carrying the bacteria. I had really swollen lymph nodes, okay, because the infection was so bad. It was a serious staph infection diagnosed by a doctor. And I used garlic internally and apple cider vinegar to bring down the lymph node swelling. And the infection itself on my ear, I just use I use witch hazel. Well, many people say apple cider vinegar works as well, but that is very irritating to the skin, which is why I didn't use it. And tea tree oil tended to do the same thing. It was an irritant, even though a lot of people claim that works. Anyway, I cotton swabbed witch hazel on it, and it went away within 3 days. And the swelling of the lymph nodes went down in 5 days. I had a grapefruit size, like gigantic. It was like melon-sized lymph nodes. Anyway, pink eye you could handle it the same way. I've gotten pink eye many times in the past, or conjunctivitis, whatever you want to call it. Diagnosed by a professional. I've gotten it from girls I was dating and on top of, and stuff like that. And using witch hazel on a cotton swab, swabbing the eye multiple times per day, at a minimum 3 times per day. It went away for me in 2.5 days, okay? It was non-existent. I woke up in the morning and it was gone. Of course, you have to wash your bed sheets and you have to wash your pillows and your pillowcases, and wash your hands constantly, because a lot of it has to do with other people sweating on you, breathing on you. But the other thing is mainly just people rub their eyes and rub their face constantly, and the bacteria from the eye infection gets on their hand, and then people always shake hands and this and that, and they transfer the bacteria. People don't realize how easy it is to transfer bacteria this way. And then after that, you rub your own eye or your own face, or you rub your pillow or something, and the bacteria infects your eye. So it takes about 3 days on average to heal even the most severe pink eye using witch hazel, okay? And some people talk about using black tea bags and shit. I use witch hazel. It's cheap. You can get it at your pharmacy right by the peroxide. It's like $1.50 for a big bottle. And it's gone in 3 days. So why are people sick with pink eye for longer than 1 week minimum? Why did, I've never heard of people being sick with pink eye for longer than that. Well, I can suggest a couple things. First of all, the most common remedy for pink eye from Western medicine in clinics mainstream allopathic medicine, they use eye drops, and usually they're antibacterial eye drops, right? Antiseptic eye drops. Let me tell you something. Witch hazel is a natural antiseptic, and it's also an anti-inflammatory. It heals dry skin, it heals psoriasis and skin inflammation, as well as cleaning out infections and killing the bacteria. Whereas these eye drops, what they tend to do is they actually tend to dry out the eyes even more. They tend to cause more pain, more inflammation in the eye, and when the eye is dry and when the eye is cracking more, the pores of the skin in the eye and the eyelid tend to be more prone to infection. It creates the perfect environment for further infection. And so I see this very commonly with Western medicine is people use a remedy to cure a symptom, and it just causes more symptoms, and it furthers along the suffering. You cannot cure balance with imbalance. But with a simple skin infection, witch hazel almost always works, okay? Even for something as severe as a staph infection, the man-eating flesh spectrum, right? So, yeah, if you have a fucking pink eye, don't be a fool. Use witch hazel on a cotton swab, okay? And, by the way, this is just my opinion. All right, I'm not a doctor, so I don't hold any responsibility for any crazy shit that might happen. But I can tell you, I've used it many times. My girlfriend's used it many times. My mom, my friends, my family. It's the easiest thing to use in the book, okay? But talk to your doctor before doing any crazy shit that I say, okay? I have no responsibility for any of that. But yeah, it's amazing. So leave your questions and comments down below. Let me know your experience with pink eye, and I'll talk to you on the next video. Subscribe.